Yo, welcome back to another very special episode of the Man to Man Pod. One half of the Man to Man Pod. Yours truly, Darius Butler. Got my co-host Antoine Bethea.
What it do?
We got a very special guest, man, coming off his first amazing year, man. My defensive rookie of the year pick, Jeremy Chinn of the Carolina Panthers, man. Welcome.
Appreciate you, D. But hey, B, man, I'm happy to be here, man.
I appreciate you stopping in.
For sure. Happy to have you, man. So you a couple weeks until your first NFL offseason, man. How you feeling?
I feel good. Like I was saying earlier, man, I got so much free time, I don't know what to do.
Hey, like I would tell you, take full advantage of it. Full advantage of it. You know what I mean? Take some time out, man. Let your body heal. You know what I mean? Let your mind get away. Just get away from the game for a little bit, man.
Yeah,
man. Chin ready to go out there right now, man.
I heard him talking about to go work out.
Man, watching these games, ready for year two already.
Nah, I can dig it. I can dig it.
Matter of fact, let me ask you, AB, like you're coming off your rookie year, because obviously it was a long year for you.
Mm-hmm.
Winning the Super Bowl, having that whole run. Like, how was your first off season?
Yeah, I had a hell of an off season. we won the bowl, so we was on tour.
Yeah.
But older cats was like, take your time. You know what I'm saying? Take your time, let your body heal, let your body heal, and then slowly get back into it. So, but like you said, it takes time for you to really set in and be like, yo, I can really chill. You know what I'm saying? Because you so accustomed to like, I got downtime. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna lift. I'm gonna go run. You know what I mean? So for you to be able to really tell yourself like, I can just relax, man. It's tough. But from some old heads that did it, take your time.
Yeah, facts. Especially you coming off that first year, that long year, man. But let's rewind, man. Let's rewind to the early days. You from Fishers, Indiana. Obviously we both spent a bunch of time in Indy. How was it coming up, and how did you, ultimately find the game of football? How did that become, one of your loves?
Yeah, man, I started playing football as soon as I could walk. I just knew that's what like for real. My mom would tell this story, but like I'd be watching football or whatever and trying to get her to sign me up, but I couldn't play tackle, so she had to sign me up for flag, but I didn't want to play flag football, so I was like, no, I'm not gonna play. I play basketball or whatever, because I'm like, if I'm gonna play football, I'm gonna play football. I'm not gonna play no flag football.
Mm-hmm.
She signed me up. Started playing tackle football, second or third grade, and I just been playing ever since. But I just knew since I was a youngin', just watching it, I was like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Well, sure. So growing up, man, Indy, man, it's obviously it's a basketball state, but y'all play a lot of good football out there as well.
Yeah.
Like growing up, like who were some of those guys, like, it could be high school or collegiate, that you kind of looked up to?
High school, or when I was even younger, just watching guys in high school. When I was probably, the younger age, probably middle school, I would watch Demetrius Crogum. He's from Fishers. He went to HSC. A big running back, just back in Fishers. He was like one of those Fishers running backs that big time back in the day. But let me see who was Gary Harris. He played basketball. He's actually on the Nuggets now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Just guys around the city, and then like in the league, Bob Sanders. I grew up here, Colts fan. Obviously, UAB. You know what I'm saying, and even but just growing up watching the Colts, and the big Ed Reed fan, and Ray Lewis fan.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Bob, yeah, I can see some similarities in you and Bob game, man. Is that got anything to do with your number choice?
Well, a little bit, yeah. Even just 21 in general, like Bob, Sean Taylor, Charles Woodson. When he was in 21, like it's so many 21s. They just changed the game, so I feel like it's just a legendary number. So when you put it on, like it means a whole lot more than just a number.
Yeah, I know you said you played football early. Was it any other sports you played in high school? Any basketball, any track, baseball?
Yeah, I ran track too in high school.
What was your events?
I ran the 4x1 and the open one.
Man, what leg you went in the 4x1, man?
I was an anchor. Come on now.
Oh, okay. Open. You had any good times in that open?
Yeah, I open until I didn't run my senior year. I ran my junior year. I think my best time as a junior was like 11 flat. So
okay.
I hit a growth spurt late. You know what I'm saying? So
Nah, people be hearing them times and thinking sweet. Oh yeah, I read it 10-5. I read it to you. All right.
Right now we can line up right now. It's whatever.
Now you just kind of touched on it a little bit. Like, when did you hit your growth spurt?
Yeah, so probably my junior year. I'm gonna put it in perspective a little bit. So my sophomore year of high school, I was 5'7", and in my senior year of high school, I was 6'1". So my junior year of high school, that's when I really started to grow a little bit, or shoot up kind of. And I was growing so fast that like my hamstrings was messing up. I ended up missing half my junior year of high school, so that hurt really too.
Is that when you start like lifting, working out hard and shit like that, or is just kind of?
I mean, that's really what I mean. I always lifted when I got to high school, but I mean, probably my senior year is when I started taking it more serious.
Yeah, that's probably why I went to college 164. I wasn't doing nothing in the weight room. Straight 135.
Bro.
Enjoy that a couple times.
Yeah,
I was going to lift weights.
That's it. I wasn't doing no squats. Wasn't doing no squats. They try to put them belts on, like them little garbage belts on doing that. But it was all basketball, go out there on the football field and run around and hit, bro. That was it for me.
That's a fact. So you kind of touched on it. AB kind of touched on Indy being, I would say, more known for basketball state, the Hoosiers, all that. And I know you went kind of under recruited coming out. So how was that whole process, high school and then finding your way to Southern Illinois?
I mean, it was frustrating. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was frustrating just watching guys one I was playing with, playing against, just getting these offers, getting these big time offers. I'm like, man, like we went head to head. Like you saw, you saw me play against this dude. So I mean, that was frustrating, especially, just knowing what I felt like I was capable of at the time. And then missing my junior year, like most of my junior year, that hurt as well. Cause coming in, that's a big recruiting year, back in high school. So coming around my senior year, before the season, I went to a bunch of camps and stuff, trying to get on, any type of radar I could. And I met the D coordinator at SIU at the time. And so, we had a conversation, we built a relationship throughout the year. And like I said, about 4 games left in my senior year, that's when I got my first offer. And it was from Southern Illinois. And
four games left in your senior year.
My senior year, I had 4 shots left, man.
That's crazy.
As soon as I got that offer, I was like, that's it. That's all I needed. And that's it.
What position did you play in high school? Did you play safety in high school, or?
I played corner and I played running back. And I returned
running back.
Yeah.
Okay. So dang, so coming up, was it a certain school that I know for me coming up, I wanted to go to UM. Like that's all I saw. If I'm playing football, I want to go to UM, go there 3 years, go to the league. I was very under recruited as well. Got an offer from UConn. Antoine went through some of the same things. So coming up, what was kind of the schools that you say you went to a lot of camps as well? That's something I didn't really do. So what were some of the other camps you went to, some of the other, I guess, bigger schools that you wanted to go to coming up? Who missed out on Chinn, man? I want to piss off some fan bases right now.
Everybody in the state. Indiana, Purdue, Notre Dame, Boston State. Indiana State didn't even offer me. Offer my teammate didn't even offer me. So
that's wild.
Yeah. But I mean, all those schools around the state, I would have loved to go to any of those schools. Everything worked out how it's supposed to.
Like, exactly. That's the same thing I was about to say, man. It happened for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like at the time you don't know. At the time you be mad as hell, but shit, you look back on it now, it's like, man upstairs had a bigger plan. You know what I mean? So you ended up where you were supposed to be at.
Yeah.
That's a fact. We all did. We all did, for real.
Yeah.
So getting out Southern Illinois, obviously that's a big transition. As we all know, going from high school, going off to college. How was that transition? Was there anybody that helped you out? Whether it's a player on the team, a coach, somebody on campus. What was that transition like for you?
Yeah, it was pretty smooth. So when I got to campus, like I said, they moved me to safety immediately, because they recruited me as a corner. And then that summer they moved me to safety. So, I'm trying to learn a new position, everything like that, getting the playbook. I had a teammate, I was a freshman. He was a junior at the time. and he was a safety there too, and he kind of took me under his wing a little bit. And it's crazy because that junior, he started as a freshman, and I ended up and taking his spot as a freshman. So
and he was a junior.
And he was a junior, yeah.
So how did that relationship end up being though? You know what I mean? He taking you under your wing, you coming in as a freshman, but you taking his spot. Like, how did that strain your relationship any?
Not really. Like he's such a high character guy. Like to this day, he's one of my best friends, and I respect him so much just for that. Because anybody else, like even me personally, a freshman come in and take my spot, I'm gonna have some type of animosity against him. Like the coach starting, but he had no ego about him. And I think it pushed him harder. He pushed me. I pushed him. Come around the next year, I'm a sophomore. He's a senior. We're both starting together, and now he's playing for the Seahawks, making plays for them. So, I mean, it's crazy how that all turns out.
You say you playing for the Seahawks?
Yeah, Ryan Neal.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. So y'all both end up going to the league. Yeah, I mean, you go. I mean, that's part of obviously college. Definitely part of the pros. It's a business, and obviously coming in as a freshman. AB came in, he started early. I started some games early. I mean, as a rookie, I started games early. And I know I had great, OGs who, we know what the business is, what the business side of it is. But as competitors, and then as you get older, you get on the other side of that coin. But as competitors, I always feel like, the cream gonna rise to the top anyway. And I'm gonna treat people, the right way. I'm gonna teach them the game, show you the ropes. And it's gonna come back. It always come back tenfold, man. So that's solid. That's what's up, man. It's good to hear that y'all still good friends. Obviously, both of y'all still made it.
Yeah.
But that's super dope, man.
Yeah. Gotta pay it forward. Pay it forward. That's the like D-Bud said. That's the right thing to do. That's the only way to go about it.
Facts.
But sure, talk about you talked about your time starting as a freshman. Taking your guy's spot. So as your time in college, I know for me, I ended up playing a little bit at the end of my freshman year, ended up starting the second game of my sophomore year. But by the time my senior year came, I felt like I was that dude, you know what I mean? Like, when did you kind of feel, obviously switching positions from corner to safety, when did you feel like, yo, I'm good enough to go to the next level?
I would say after my sophomore year.
Yeah.
After my sophomore year, because after that year, that's when my teammate, that's when he went to the league. So just seeing him go through kind of the process and seeing some of the guys that I played against, go to the league, and just watching guys throughout just college football in general, seeing how they moved and how they played, and then their chance. So I was like, man, I know I'm gonna get my shot. I knew right then.
that do something for you. Was this somebody older than you that went before you from Howard? AB was Bartell? Did he go before you?
Yeah, but my freshman year, Tracy White. Did you play with Tracy White in New England?
Nah.
He might have
went. What position?
He played linebacker. He might have went to Philly by that time. But Tracy White was probably the best football player I ever seen in my life. And he went undrafted. So that's when I was like, oh, this shit's tough. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then Ron Bartell, he went second round the year before I went. So
okay. Yeah. That definitely, when you got somebody that close to you, either on your team or like you said, somebody you play against, that just make it a little more real. Like, okay, if he do, I know, I could do my thing regardless of I already know. So so you go on, be a contributor. Go from Southern Illinois, now second round pick, NFL, another big jump. What was that process like? Did you kind of go where you expected to go in the draft, a little higher, a little lower? I know for me, you were kind of it seemed like you were a relative unknown, as far as the big, he wasn't the first household name. Right. But going in the second round, obviously that's a high draft pick. Is that where you kind of expected to go? How did that whole process play out?
Look, I mean, really, I had no idea where I was going to go. I had no idea what team I was going to go to. I was like, look, wherever I go, I just need. I didn't care if I went first round. I didn't care if I went undrafted. Like, I just needed. It's kind of like the same thing with my first offer. Like, I just needed an offer, and that's it. I knew it was all I needed. So kind of the same thing. Like coming into the NFL, it was like I just need a shot, and I knew I was going to get that. So I didn't really stress about where I was going to go or really have too many high expectations of what anything like that.
Hey, so coming from like a smaller school, I can relate. So when the scouts were coming in the building, what were some of the pushbacks against your game, if there was? I know me coming into going through the whole process, it was a lot of talk about just the competition level. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, did you hear any of that during that process?
All the time.
Yeah, right.
I mean, if there was any knock, I mean, there was knocks, but I mean, that was the main one. Like
the biggest one.
I heard that from every scout. I'm like, there's nothing I could do. Like, I'm playing against the people who line up against me. Yeah, that was the biggest knock. So, coming into it, I was definitely excited to show that, I could play at, any level.
Man, so I did so last year prior to the draft, I did a breakdown of, obviously the incoming safeties or whatever. So I did a breakdown on you, and I'm looking, I'm like, bruh, like this motherfucker big as shit, pause. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, and then I'm watching the film, and typically, I'm not gonna say typically, you hear that, the big safety, he's just a box safety. He's just another linebacker. But then I'm watching what you're doing on the field, and you're doing a lot. You're moving. You're not. Your hips are loose. You know what I mean. You don't have tight hips. So I'm like, and you pop it on film. Like, like where do you see? How do you see yourself as comparable? I know we kind of talked about it earlier, but comparable. If you just kind of think about some like the big safeties, the Cam Chancellor, you kind of mentioned a Sean T. Like, who you kind of compare yourself to? If you do, maybe you don't compare yourself to like a big safety.
I don't compare myself to anybody like that. I like to take things from everybody's game and try to implement it in mine. So, like Cam Chancellor, like he was that big guy, made you fear the middle of the field. Like you didn't want to come across with Cam in the middle. So I try to take that and put that in my game. Ed Reed, like he's a ball hawk. Like he's gonna go take the ball. I try to put that into my game. Even Tyrann Mathieu, like he's somebody who plays everywhere. Like his just intelligence of the game is incredible. So I just try to take everything from everybody because I feel like you just focus on one person and you're just gonna be a 2.0, or you just gonna, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
no, that's real.
Yeah, so I just try to take everything and just expand my game and continue to expand for as long as I can.
Yep. Now, one of the big things, I think the reason I know what opened my eyes to you, and probably a lot of people who decision makers, is your combine performance. And news came out this week it won't be a combine this year, which sucks for a lot of prospects. But that you had an incredible combine, over 40 in the vert. Crazy broad jump, 11.5, 11.6, something like that. Just kick that whole.
You up there with me with a broad jump?
Boy, stop! I know you ain't cracked.
Nah, I think my broad jump was all right. But nah, it wasn't no 11 nothing though.
I was about to say we got good. I cracked. There ain't too many people cracked 11. I 11.3, but
all right, man.
You know what I mean? But having that type of performance, man, was that something? That was like something you expected, or you went out there and you just put up, like you was just in the zone? How did that go?
No, I was definitely expecting. I knew I was gonna put up crazy numbers, but crazy story, man. So we tested, the DBs tested on Sunday, I think, of the combine. That Monday before, 6 days before, I strained my groin. So I didn't like. Wow. I was doing like dumbbell, like single leg squats. I strained my. I'm down in Texas training, and I'm like, damn, like I just blew it. Like I can't even do nothing. I didn't know I was gonna test until like Friday night.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't run, but I'm doing stuff in the hallway just trying to get back right. So I'm like, man, like I'm gonna run. If it goes, it goes. But like I can't just sit here and just not do it, because either I run, test well, and go high, or I don't run and nobody even knows about me. So I'm like, look, I'm gonna just run. If it goes, it goes. If not, then I'm good. So,
man, that's crazy.
I had no idea I was even gonna be able to test till Friday. So even going through like the formal, informal interviews, I'm like, they're like, "Are you gonna do everything?" I'm like, "I still don't know. Like, I don't know."
So did you even tell any of the teams that you had tweaked something?
Yeah, I told a couple of them like a week because like at that point I'm not thinking I can't do anything. I'm testing my pro day. Like I'm texting Buddy. I talked to Buddy. I was like Buddy, I need you to have teams come to my pro day because like I'm not gonna be able to test at the combine. Like I won't be able to run or anything or jump. So come around Thursday or Friday, whenever we had the formal interviews, I'm like, look, I'm gonna just tell them I'm doing everything because like if it goes, like I don't even care.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm telling them I'm gonna do everything. They asked me what I'm gonna run. I was like, man, before I got hurt, like I'm thinking I'm gonna run 4.3 something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna run mid 4.4s. So I ended up running 4.45. I was like, man, and then I felt good afterwards. I jumped high, I jumped far in the broad. So I felt good afterwards. I'm like, man, I just got blessed.
Yeah, for real, because that's it's even more important when you're coming from a smaller school. Because I know the combine was super important for me. Like AB talked about, you want to see a guy's hips, you want to see their explosion. Yeah. How do their numbers compare to the, the guys coming out of O State or USC or Miami or whatever schools. So you showed up and showed out, man. So that's big. That's huge, man.
Yeah, and D-Bud, you just mentioned, man, like not having that combine this year, that's gonna suck for guys because, me, again, coming from a small school, like that was my time, and just with you, Jeremy, I think it was a thing for us where it's like, okay, now we can kind of show our skills and show what we're able to do, and judge ourselves against these guys that's coming from these bigger schools. You know what I mean? So now we're on the same stage. You know what I'm saying? Where I mean, even though we still don't have the pads on or whatever the case may be, but shit, I'm eyeing whoever up. You know what I mean?
Man.
Shoot, there was Dante Whitner, Jason Allen. So I'm like, respect to y'all for sure because y'all put the body of work in. But shit, we here now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we here. So definitely salute when the lights come on. You gotta make it happen.
Yep.
That combine should be funny because that's everybody's mindset, and for us, it wasn't social media and stuff like that, it wasn't biggest, so we ain't really see each other, interact with each other as much. So back in the day, that was the first time really, seeing Vontae Davis and Antoine Smith and Malcolm Jenkins, all these cats, we kind of eyeing each other. Yeah, good job. All right. But
that's definitely how it is.
Funny. Facts. That shit funny. So, man, so go to combine, get drafted. Now you're in the league, man. And as we know, everything goes fast. And for you, I can't even imagine how it was for you this offseason. And obviously, y'all got a bunch of moving parts within the organization. Got a new head coach, new coordinators, very limited offseason, bunch of Zoom things. So for you to come in and have the type of season that you have, like who do you think helped? Helped you with that? Obviously, you played your part, but what other pieces around you helped make your rookie season so successful?
I would say my coach. Al Holcomb, like he was my personal coach. So even like I said, in position meetings, like it was just me and him, and that started all the way from OTAs. Like as soon as the draft was over with, and we started our little rookie mini camp, like it would just be me and him 1-on-1. And the first thing I told him, I was like, keep coaching me, like no matter what. And he coached me all the way through week 17 with just the same intensity, same attention to detail. So.
So one-on-one coach. So the listeners here, that's very, very, very
rare
for any player. That's very rare for because usually you break up as a defense, and then you have your secondary meetings. You have some people do corner safety, but most people do secondary. You got your linebacker, you got your D line. So Jay Chinn said he had his own coach. So that tells me the Panthers had a plan for you. As soon as they had you as a prospect, as soon as they draft you, all right, this is the plan for this guy. This is kind of where he's going to play everywhere. This is what he's going to do, everything. So for them to have a specific coach for you, I think that's a big, big kudos to them.
And who it was, Al Holcomb, man. He was my D coordinator in Arizona one year, man. Yep. So definitely knowledgeable of the game. He knows the game. So like D-Bud said, for him to be with you 1-on-1 and giving you the rundown, kudos.
That was huge, man. What was that first game like, man? Who did y'all open up with?
Las Vegas. We played Las Vegas.
Yeah, that shit don't even sound right.
Right.
I know, right?
I'm gonna say the wrong thing, but now we play Las Vegas at home. I remember just being on the field, how much everybody was talking to each other, like just us and the Raiders just going back and forth. I'm like, damn, like what y'all talking so much for? Because like in college, like there's none of that, especially like FCS, like they don't like we're not allowed to say anything to each other. The refs just gonna chime in, so they go back and forth, like even in the huddles. I'm like, damn, like I'm just in there just watching, like just watching them just talk back and forth. I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
Man, we always talk about that moment. You know what I mean? That welcome to the league moment. Did you have that, whether it was good or bad?
Nah, I mean, I can't think of any particular moment. I would say just my first game, just in general, like just being in that space. There wasn't no fans or anything out there, but I still feel like just the atmosphere of the speed and everything like that. It's just what was going on. I was out there just running around, running so fast. Well, I'm gonna be here. If I ain't doing it right, I'm gonna get there first.
Hey, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
That's a great mindset. What was it? I know it had to be a play from that first game. Just one play where it's just because I know for me, I guess probably a little. I had some nerves probably before almost every game.
Yeah.
And then once you kind of get that first hit in, whatever it is, run down on kickoff, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But what was that? I guess play for you. It may not have been like a welcome to the league moment, but just a play where it's like, all right, it's still just football. Like I'm here. It's just football, but I'm just out here with some different cats.
It was one I came on a blitz. It was me and our safety came on a blitz, and they ended up throwing like a bubble screen or like a tunnel screen or something to the outside. And I hit one of the O linemen, and I came off on him, and I went in and tackled the receiver, or whatever. I was like, yeah, I can do this. Like I know I can stick around, especially how I came off the O lineman, and when it made the tackle, I was like, yeah, I can.
Man, I want to talk about just how they utilize you in the defense, man. You close to the line, like you're all over the field, man. Do you think obviously that plays to your strengths, man? But just talk about now how you feel in that defense and the way they use you.
Man, let's see, Art Snow. He puts me in positions just to make plays. Yeah, so. Wherever it is, whether we be in our nickel package, he'll put me in at the boundary linebacker, or like our base defense is kind of like a big nickel, and I'm the big nickel out there playing linebacker. We got different packages, and we're in the 3-3-5, and I'm just the deep safety. So, he does so much, and then he'll have me walk down, mug the center, playing over the center sometimes, coming off the edge sometimes. Like he puts me everywhere, and it really keeps me on my toes, just because. If you just play in one position, it's easy to just kind of, all right, I know what I'm doing this week. I'm gonna just do my thing. Like I don't really need to focus in, watch film, and I'll do the same thing. But just playing so many positions around, it's like there was no moment where I just could just feel comfortable. And I appreciated that from them, just moving me around like that, and it really made me a better football player.
Yeah, and to the listeners, that's not easy.
I'm sitting here listening. That's not easy for vets.
Hey, that's not easy for vets.
5-6 years.
Exactly, and then for you to come in as a rookie, and like you said, nickel, you playing a nickel. You might be a linebacker. You might be deep safety. You might be rushing the edge. You might be over the center. Yeah. That's a lot to think about. You know what I mean? And that's a lot to register. Week in and week out, because for the listeners, week in and week out, it might be the same package, but it's gonna be new blitzes, right? It's gonna be new pressures. You know what I mean? So tweak
coverages.
Yeah, man. So hats off to you, just being a student of the game, man, and just having that knowledge to be able to be put in those different positions. Because I've been around some guys that athletically can do everything on the field,
right?
But above the shoulders, it wouldn't allow them to, be able to be free out there on the field, because they'll be looking back and what I got, you know what I'm saying? Looking for somebody to tell them what to do. So, definitely hats off to you, bro. And just keep expanding on that.
Yeah, I appreciate
that. For sure. And not to bring up somebody in a bad light, but Isaiah Simmons was a guy, who won the top of the draft, who I felt like was going to come in and basically do what you did this year. And that like it just speaks to how tough that is, because he did everything in college, blitz, free safety, all these different things.
Yeah.
But it took him time to be able to pick up, because NFL it's a completely different ball game. So it took him time, and as the season went on, he did and played, very, very well towards the end of the season. But just speaking on that, man, that's incredible, man. What coaches? Who was your defensive coaches in college, man? Because you had to come up with some good coaching to be able to handle that. So who was it early on that helped you out?
So my senior year, my D coordinator and safeties coach, Jason Petrino, he came from Montana before coming to SIU. And he was the same way. He just put me in so many different positions just to make plays. Send me on blitzes, send me on safety blitzes, and put me in the post, just move me all over the place. And before him, my safeties coach was Marty Rogers, and he was just one of those guys. He's kind of got just my mindset on, like, if you're not gonna do it right, get to the ball first. Like, that's where that part of it came from. So,
all right,
man.
Let me ask one more. If you had to be like everybody else, and you had to do one thing, which it will probably never happen in your career at this point, because the NFL is such a matchup game now.
Yeah.
But if you were in a situation, hypothetically, you had to do one thing, what would that one thing be that you would want to do?
You mean like just one position?
I'm saying, like, what's your favorite position? What's your favorite thing to do on the football field as far as just playing one position?
Man, I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even tell you.
It been too long.
I couldn't even tell you. If I could just had to do one thing, I probably wouldn't.
I'm just saying, if you just had to play one position, like, all right, you're gonna be the down safety this game. You're gonna be the deep safety. You're gonna be the dime backer and the sub package, like whatever it may be that week.
There's one position I would say safety, just because you can blitz the safety. You know what I'm saying? You can drop them back in coverage, deep coverage, underneath coverage. You can do so much. With a linebacker, you can obviously blitz a linebacker. You can drop him usually underneath coverage, but he's not usually deep. So I would say safety, just because he can play. He can blitz, play underneath coverage, play deep coverage.
That would have been mine. Yeah, like that, like close to the line. I love playing close to the line. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I just felt as though
the
action, and you could impact the game. Not saying you can't impact the game when you deep, but it's just a little harder. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just a little bit harder. But I got a question for you, right? And this is just you being your own critic, right? So after year one and going into year two, as you said, like, I'm ready for year two to start. Like, where do you see Jeremy Chinn improving? The reason why I asked that is because a lot of times the biggest growth is going to be between year one and year two. You know what I'm saying? So, you being your hardest critic, what do you see your game improving from year one to year two?
Yeah, the biggest thing for me would be the physical part of the game. I'm going to continue to always learn the X's and O's, but really this year, learn how to take care of my body better, things like that. And it's just certain things that even just watching tape that you can't really learn or understand until you actually are on the field and you do it. There was a couple of times, I'd say early this year, I would come down through the alley and I would miss a tackle just because I wasn't coming through the alley like I'm in college. Like, that's how I was coming through the alley. So you don't know that until you actually in it and you come down the alley a couple of times. So towards late in the season, I was coming down the alley. I was finishing those tackles and I was making those hits. So that's just something that I'll continue to learn and just process. And also this goes along with the X's and O's, but just understanding film, understanding formations, and what teams are just trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
So that's part, really physical aspect.
Also, put this in your bank. Like, when you watch film on yourself and look at how teams are attacking you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, you looking to see, okay, what can I improve on? But like, just try to find some common denominators on the plays. You got beat on. Like, okay, well, what's in common with these plays? Like, is it something that the other team is seeing on film about me that maybe I'm not seeing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's one thing, I give you a pointer as far as, just playing that safe position and where, you in zone or you man to man on somebody. It's like, damn, they keep, I keep getting beat on this. You know what I mean? So just a pointer.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, sure. I got a I got a question for you, right? So I was a teammate of this guy. Give me a Trey Boston story, because I love the reason why I love Trey, man, is because I don't care. You could be on a 5-game losing streak.
Hey, Trey is Trey.
Trey is Trey. He's gonna bring energy to the building. He's gonna bring energy to the room. He's gonna bring energy on the field, man. Give me a Trey Boston story.
I think a Trey Boston story.
Or a moment. It don't really got to be a story, but like just a moment. You know what I mean?
Trey is the energizer bunny. Like whatever it is, like Trey gonna bring energy to it. Like we could be like even at the end of the season team meeting, like after we just got whooped by the Saints, like last game of the season, like we going to the off season. Like Trey, like before the meeting, it's just Trey, man. It's his personality. It's infectious, man. Like let me see, another time we was on the plane, somebody brought a diamond tester on the plane. Everybody changed, and like you hear Trey just the loudest one, like, "Oh, it's straight!" Like,
yo,
oh man.
So some cats got
hey,
some cats got exposed.
Man, some cats got exposed. I ain't gonna say no names.
You ain't gotta say no names, but that's hilarious,
shit,
bro.
Shit, I don't fault them. Shit, by that face, shit, everybody gonna think it's real. Yeah, you got the money, so the average Joe gonna be like, "Oh yeah, that's real." You ain't gonna expect nobody to come on with a.
So y'all on y'all Ocho shit, man.
Hey,
I could do. You ain't buy no fake shit, AB. I ain't buying it.
Nah. I didn't, but I'm just saying I ain't faulting them neither though.
You ain't knocking it.
Nah, I ain't knocking it at all.
I couldn't do it, man. If it wasn't real, they don't even copy it, man.
And I was definitely gonna be that one if we did bring a diamond test on the junk and we find out your shit fake.
Oh man.
As I always say, we're gonna fire your little dirty ass up.
You get fired up for real.
You're not even wearing the fake earrings?
Nah. Can't do it, man. I'd rather just not wear it, man. It's just not weird. I actually lost, man, in Atlanta Stadium. I had insurance on them or nothing. Lost a rock, and I'm literally the one. Matter of fact, I was playing for the Panthers. The one year I played for the Panthers in 2011.
You was on the practice field?
Nah, we was playing the game, Atlanta. Ooh. And in the middle of the game, literally, I'm to the sideline, and one of my teammates, Captain Munderland, matter of fact, who was always joking around and shit. So he like, "Man, where your earring at?" Like, yo, stop playing, bro. Nah, dead ass. Your rock missing. Like, I still had the joint, but the rock was gone. So I'm like, oh man.
Oh yeah, them shit was fake.
Nah, it was the 3-prong. I got the 4-prong was after that. The 3-prong joints. Man, I'm out there lining up the next series, looking like out there with Roddy White, young Julio.
You looking for
Tony Gonzalez. I'm out there looking for a diamond, man. I ain't never find it, man. That hurt, bro.
Looking for the cubits of Conan. That junk ain't gonna shine on the lights like that.
You crazy? I was high. I know the landscaper probably found that shit. Like, oh shit.
Now, Jeremy, though, man, we got a link, man. I stay in Charlotte now, man. So when you get back, out there, man, we gotta link up, man.
Yeah. Say no more.
Yeah.
Let's get with the old head, man. So what was it like this year, man? Obviously, you played against Brady twice. Breeze, Matt Ryan. These are legends that you probably looked up to in the game. Obviously, Brady's still in it. Brady faced off with A-Rod. You played against A-Rod this year too, right?
Yeah, I played. I knocked them all out pretty much.
Yeah, man. What you think about that matchup this weekend?
What, A-Rod and Brady?
Yeah, what you think about that Green Bay Tampa matchup on the NFC Championship side?
It's in Green Bay, ain't it?
Yeah,
it's in Green Bay. Yep.
Yeah, see, I like A-Rod in Green Bay.
Yeah, you like him to hold it down?
Yeah, I like A-Rod in Green Bay. Yeah.
What was one of the biggest challenges playing that team?
Green Bay. I think the biggest thing against Green Bay is we expected them to throw the ball, and they didn't at all. Like I think A-Rod maybe had not even 200 passing yards that game, but they started the first half with 150 rushing yards. So we playing the pass so much, they running down our damn neck.
And that's kind of how they did against the Rams.
Right. And then come the second half, I mean, defense really played well in the second half. They didn't have, I think, maybe 100 yards total, maybe in the second half. So, I mean, I think we adjusted it well and everything. But, I mean, yeah, we expected them to come out throwing the ball. They ran for 150 in the first half. So
yeah, they run the ball like that now. It's going to be tough on the defense. It's going to be tough on defensive coordinators just as far as, you know, what am I going to call and just playing on your heels. So
play action, gotta respect that play action. That's exactly what happened to the Rams.
Yeah.
And I guess I asked you the same question about the Bucks. You faced them twice, so you're probably a little more familiar with them. What's the challenges when you're facing them?
Yeah, the Bucks really the first game was the same way. I think we was down like 21-0, 21-3 at the half. Came back and I think it came down to like the last possession of the game. So I mean, just playing against Brady, playing against Gronk, like those two, you know, legends. So they're always just gonna bring a challenge regardless. I think that was now you bring that up. That's probably my welcome to the NFL moment.
What happened?
Second game playing against the Bucks. Gronk caught this ball on me. I'm trying to knock the ball out. I'm trying to knock it out all the way to the ground. Don't even wrap up. He keep running, man. Probably the worst play in my young career. But I'm gonna remember that play forever.
They always come back to you at some point. Like, I remember that shit.
Yeah.
As long as they get got more than you get got.
For sure. For sure.
But yeah, man. So we're gonna jump into some of these questions, man. We got some good ones. You want to do the first one, AB?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, AB, you did jump 10-7 at the combine. Okay, Tom. All right, you wasn't bullshit.
It was explosive back in the day. 305 represent. What was your most memorable rookie moment?
Shit, I could probably answer this one.
Minnesota, 2 touchdowns.
that was crazy.
Yeah.
That's what was that like? And I know that had to feel like, because the only moment I ever had like that was in high school. Back-to-back plays, I scored touchdowns on the same play. But like for you to do that, I was in like a 30 second span. Like I don't think I ever seen nothing like that in the NFL. Like what was that? What was that moment like? That feel like surreal. Like what was that like?
Yeah, so after my first touchdown, I dunked the ball. I don't know, you saw I dunked the ball.
Yep.
And when I got to the sideline, Coach Rule, he was like, "You can't dunk the ball. Like, a flag, or like you're gonna get fined or something." All my teammates telling me I'm gonna get fined. So Rule, he said to me, he was like, "You dunk it again, like next week we had to bye." He's like, "You dunk it again, like you're gonna have to work on the bye week next week." I was like, "What? Dunk it again?" So as soon as he said again, I was like, "Again, like I'm gonna be in the end zone again." All right. So then like the next play, I saw opportunity. Like Dalvin was held up by my teammates. So I was like, I just went in there and just took it. I got the perfect bounce. The ball bounced right up in my arm. So I was like, man, I'm out. Like I just took it and ran. So it was crazy. Like I can't even. On the sideline after the first one, everybody's like, all the defensive coaches like, all right, next play. All right, forget about the next play. You know how coach.
Yeah.
Like,
this after the second one?
That was after the first one. They were like, next play.
Okay.
So I score the next play. As for the back-to-back, I come back. I'm still like, all right, next play. Like, I'm trying to get a 3-peat at this point.
That's crazy.
In that zone at that moment, shoot, two
I was in the
tugs.
Zone, like I don't even know how I tapped into that zone, but yeah, that's crazy.
Oh shoot, here we go with this camera. Hold on, I got one from Tone though. We still got the audio. Best advice that you received, if any, from your uncle Steve Atwater. I didn't know that was your uncle.
Yeah. Let me see. The best advice I got from Steve, probably the taking care of my body. So he sent me some things. It's probably around week 4. Just some things that he did throughout, his career, just keeping his body together throughout the season. Some shoulder workouts and stuff that he did just on his own, outside of the building, outside of the weight room. So I started incorporating that stuff. I started just doing like a shoulder and like a extra upper body workout on Fridays towards the end of the season. I think it really helped me to stay up.
Yeah, man, I was big on that too. That Friday workout, and you right, them shoulders, man. You gotta keep them shoulders and all that intact.
Sure.
we kind of talked about your biggest challenge and what was your biggest this from Panthers Wave. What was your biggest challenge in transitioning from college to the league?
I would say just learning new positions, playing different positions. I never really played like true linebacker ever in my life. So the league and playing Sam linebacker and starting at Sam linebacker, that was a challenge for me. Just being in the box, seeing so much, seeing the guard pool, seeing yak motion, seeing cross motions and things like that. Just seeing so much. Just really training my mind and my body just to react. It was a point in camp that Al, he would just stop the film and like every linebacker already take 2 steps and I'm still just sitting there just trying to process what's going on. So just really just getting that and getting my reaction up. That was probably my biggest challenge.
How did you feel when they said they was going you was going to start linebacker instead of safety? Like how did you feel about that? Like was you welcome? Did you welcome that decision, or was it a little bit of pushback? You know what I'm saying, inside?
Yeah, I welcomed it, and the reason I was so easy to welcome it is just because Snow, he told me that there was going to be a package where I was going to be the deep middle safety. So I was like, all right, so they don't just see me as somebody who's just a big just linebacker who can't run around. So once I just understood that they saw that I could still play.
You could still play the position.
Right. I could still play the position. I was completely fine with it.
That's what's up, man. We got the real Tyler P. What was it like learning from Coach Rule, who's also new to the NFL? From the fans' perspective, seemed like locker room had a great vibe and really rallied behind each other.
Yeah. Now I love playing for Coach Rule. He's definitely a player's coach. He always takes ownership, especially talking to media and stuff. Just post game, he never threw any of us under the bus, even though it was sometimes like it was definitely our fault. He always would take the blame, but I love playing for Coach Rule.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty much all we got, man. So what is Chinn into off the field, man? Away from football, what's your interest off the field?
Man, I play the game a little bit. I like to shop. I'm a sneakerhead, so I like shoes.
What's your number one? If somebody be like, yo, this is the last shoe and only shoe you can get.
You can't give them a top 3?
Nah, sneakerheads got one. I know I got my one.
See, my one changed. It depends how I'm feeling. It's kind of like music. Like I listen to music and I might have a favorite song for a week, and then my favorite song.
But you got a favorite artist though. Who your favorite artist?
That's Drake. The same way. Like right now, my favorite artist is probably Lil Durk. Like I listen to a whole bunch of Lil Durk.
All right. Well, give me your top 3 shoes then.
Let me see my top 3 shoes. My top 3 ones. Top 3.
You in the room with them right now?
Nah, they in Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
Let me see what else. Hey man, it's tough. I got a lot of ones. I'm not trying to give you all ones. I'll give you my top 3 ones. Those are my top 3. I don't know if they're number 1 or not. I like the mocha ones, but I'm not gonna get you number 1. I like the fire red 4s. I just got the fire red 4s. I've been wearing them a little bit.
Okay.
Let me see what else. And I got a pair of Balenciagas with the laces in them. And a lot of people don't got those, so I like them too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's your top?
My top 3, man. Air Max 95, man. Like those Air Max 95s are like, classics. And then you could go with the Jordan 1s. I love those. A fresh pair of icy whites, Air Force 1s.
You never go wrong with those.
Can't go wrong with those. And I would say that I'll put the Concords in there too. Like
that's my 1, 2, and 3 right there. Concord. The classics. The Breads, and then the cool grays. Like that's all time favorite shoe, and I hoop in those too. So people done caught plenty buckets in them as well.
You hooping 11?
Oh yeah. I hooping those hoops. People be looking at me crazy. I'll be at the gym a week after they came out hooping. I wear them a couple times. You get one to wear, one to keep
big time. That's big time right there. That's big money right
there.
there.
Man, I had so many people like, hey man, I'll buy them off you. This is before sneakerhead type shit, but
that's big money right there.
Nah, man, I ain't, Jordan played in them. Shit, I could play in them.
Cut it out.
It's your name on it.
Cut it out.
Facts. Yeah. But hey, man, we appreciate you, bro.
Nah, for sure, man. For sure, appreciate you stopping by, man. Hell of a rookie year. As we said before, man, just keep elevating, bro. You know what I mean? The biggest thing I would say, stay consistent. You know what I mean? Stay consistent, man. But love watching you play. And I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing you for a long, long time, brother.
Yeah,
long time, man. Stay healthy, man. Like AB said, man. Keep elevating on and off that field, man. Keep expanding, tapping into yourself. Make sure you're growing off that field every off season. And definitely tap in with AB, man. You get back in Charlotte. Obviously, he done played in the league 14 years. He done seen it all, man. So
yeah, I can learn a whole lot from that right there.
Yeah,
oh yeah, for sure, man. But we definitely rooting for you, man.
Yes,
definitely
sir.
rooting for you.
Appreciate
and,
you.
Good luck next year, bro, in this off season.
All right, D-Bucks. Appreciate you. All right, AB.
Shoot, man. There you have it. Another episode of the Man Pod. Man, the young rook, man, had a hell of a year. Jeremy Chinn, man, we thank him for stopping in.
Hell of a year.
Yes, sir. So y'all check
we
that.
ain't even talk about his stats. What do he have? 117 tackles.
117. I think he had 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries,
2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns. That's a hell of a year.
That's a hell of a for anybody, especially a rookie though.
Yeah.
Coming off a shortened off season, rookie, and like we talked about, the most impressive thing was probably being able to have all those understand the different roles and what he was doing in the defense as a rookie. That's impressive, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Looking forward to a great career from Jeremy Chinn.
Indeed. So y'all know what it is, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that subscribe button, all that good stuff, man. Y'all hear from us soon. So I'm Antoine Bethea.
D Butler, Friday morning, 11 a.m. We still good?
We still good.
All right, we'll see y'all then live.
Peace.
Yup.